that feeling. I want spiritual healing. So remember, wherever you are on the planet, or in your own hometown of corruption, remember, I'm gonna keep thinking of the bigger picture, and it's that everybody's too boggled down in fear by the cowards. So again, the master manipulators, narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, Masons. The macho men that are really weak and cowards now, so they can't come near me because they're afraid of me. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to hear. But you know what they do? They still got to watch. See, inside of their vessel, they've done so much wrong to other people that they think that you're after them and you're talking and gossiping about them, but I'm isolated by myself, not allowed to call the ones I love, not allowed to send a text message because it's been cloned out and it's rerouted somewhere. Reading my emails, privacy breach. Stole my Facebook, privacy breach again, for criminals to go into my emails and now know everything about the private conversations with people. So I'm going to say out there for London, Ontario people, start deleting your messages from now on. I would if I lived in this city, and I do. Delete your messages, delete everything on Facebook, because there's a criminal ring going on and they know everything about you. And it's not just the illegal government anymore, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Remember, when somebody's song gets taken off of Spotify, those people are weak. And I'm here to keep exposing. I am a poser exposer. And you know what? The and the Masons are weak. Nothing frightens me. But you know what I don't like? Liars. And I don't like manipulators. And I don't like black magic scryers. And I don't like when I go to my sink to look in there and they keep talking to me and saying the dumbest things, literally the dumbest things. Judas Priest, what do you think, Lynn? And you can just picture the cops that came to my house on Proudfoot, how fucked up they were on drugs, what they're doing right now, just sitting there watching movies and planting shit in people's ears. So I'm going to go ahead and tell the rest of the planet right now, if you're aware of suspicion, start deleting all your stuff, because these guys know everything about everybody. It's getting to the point where it's so sick that they're using me as a vessel. And again, I've made messages about that. They're using me as a vessel. So again, what do I have on me now when I go talk to somebody and they know everything and they keep trying to get me to hate people? But that's not my point, because I know who I like and who I don't like. I don't like them. The people that are doing this to me, they're cowards. But again, I want to put out there, come on up, Smash. I want to put out there that, again, somebody holding me back from getting a rental in a house is disgusting. And I want to also come back on in a quick short, because I ran out of time right now. Actually, I'm going to, because they won't let the shorts go up. They're still dominating over that. I'm just going to make them long. They don't get much exposure, but I'm sure the universe will allow at least one person in the city to know what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to do an example of Thrive Gum when you want to quit smoking. I'm going to do an example of when you are showing a cop or your landlord something in your old apartment, okay? So we're going to use the P-pad here as an example, okay? X marks the spot, right? So the P-pad here, which my dog doesn't use anymore, trained for 10 years, but not in the hotel, which is great because I like to go outside because I'm not afraid of people. The P-pad, when I lived on Proudfoot, would be an example of where the floor was going in a little bit. So it was like going in, and when I stepped on it right here on my floor, floor 6, so floor number 5, the person underneath me right here was all like going through, like it was like getting softer and softer and softer. So I made the landlord come up and take a look at it. And this is the first day that I knew he was a full-blown psychopath, misogynist, narcissist, creep. I said, can you go over there and look? I'm like, it doesn't feel right. And then he went to the spot. So I'm on that exact spot. We'll go right to the spot, stepping on it, looked, and he said, this is exactly the turnaround, how it works. I've lived with it my whole life. I was standing over, doesn't matter, at the wall over there. And he came walking. And he said, I don't want to talk to you. You're in a bad mood. Looks like you're grumpy today. I'll come and talk to you another day. And I was just standing here like this, watching him look at the spot. And I was silent, just standing, observing him. And something triggered him when he went to the spot where he had to do an acting thing, which he's not, they are actors, but he was guilty of something. And then he came back, and I was just standing by the wall in my apartment. And again, that's what they do. So the turnaround. I don't want to talk to you. And just went by me. I'll come and talk to you tomorrow. You don't seem like you're in a good mood today, Lynn. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow when you're in a better mood. And then left. And I just stood at the wall like this, like I've done my whole life with these kind of people. And I was like, and I started laughing, and now I talk to myself because I know I'm not alone, because I got creeps in me that were probably watching him do it too, right? So again, keep in mind, at first I didn't think anything about it, but I knew full blown he's a narcissist because he did a turnaround, blamed it on me, knew something's there, won't say what it is, and then said, you're in a bad mood, Lynn. Just very much like the karmic father when I left his house 3 years ago. I wasn't agreeing with him with something, which is a different case of a scenario. This one is just to ask what's going on with the spot on the carpet, my rent that I pay, where I had to get a lawyer not to be homeless, with no windows cleaned, no answer to what was under the floor, shit on the carpet, being crucified in my bed all night long, scalar weapons on my freezer, not able to charge my phone, dishwasher leak, water leaking. And again, this has been going on since 2019. I'm still being scalar weaponized, by the way, when I'm making this video right now. So that's an example. Again, I never called him the next day. He didn't come see me, and I'm glad. I never wanted to talk to him again after that. Again, another thing with a karmic father, when you're showing a picture of your friend, my friend, with her husband, and he's saying he's a different race than what he is, and I hooked them up and they've been together for 8 years, and he starts laughing and saying, oh, I said his last name, and he went on about that. And then because I didn't agree with him, but I was in my good positive energy, this is what all narcissists do, because my energy bothers them. Lynn, you're so negative. And then the stepmom would stand there, but laughing, smirking. And then you got fucking nephew and Steve, and then the brother over there, Cain, we'll call him Cain, just like, nothing's going on, scapegoat. And then that was the last day I walked out, because finally I was like, I remembered as a child, again, as a narcissist should, you're supposed to get the trigger, and you're supposed to tell people, and you're supposed to heal. So when you heal, you know, I'm not taking this abuse anymore. So I walked out, I went to the patio shaking like I am with the scalar weapons right now, because I was shaking, but I was probably being scalar weaponized then too, and I just didn't know. I literally opened my near beer. I was there for 5 minutes. Those guys all opened their alcohol beer. Again, I'm sober. And I went to the patio and I said, you're a piece of shit, and I've wanted to tell you that since childhood, which should show that I'm brave and bold and that nobody can fuck with me, which again, the narcissist, the misogynist, would have a real issue with a confident woman, because they're used to letting women suck their dick and do everything and clean all day, clean and do everything for them, all because they can't speak their truth. When you can't speak your truth, you're always going to be living a lie, and the universe will never help you out. So I guess that's how Masons were formed in the first place, right? No one was brave enough to tell the person, no, I'm not putting up with the abuse anymore, and then literally just walk right out the door. And I never looked back, never talked to the person again, never again. Very much just like the landlord that I never wanted to talk to again either. But then again, they kept raising my voice in the apartment, right? Like right now, if this was happening, they'd come, are you okay? What's going on? You sound loud. And then they put stuff pretending that it's for an internet. And there's a lady by the elevator in that floor too that came in my apartment. Lynn, are you moving today? Let me give you a hug. Looked right at my shoes. So again, the look up and down, and she did some like black magic or something, kind of like grocery store buddy that I went to St. Jude's with one day. I left food basics on commissioners, and one falcon was flying that day, and I got all my energy back. So it was like either he lifted a curse off of me, or he tried to do black magic and the universe saved me. This is what's been going on. And the lady in that floor by the elevator, she did it twice to me, man. And again, a covert one. Can I have a hug? Oh, I hope you have a good move. I hope you have a good move. And then came in like she was instructed by somebody to come in and stare at my shoes. That day was the day I was originally supposed to move. All of a sudden my energy was gone and I couldn't move. So again, I had to stay there for 15 more days. And then again, the whole plot on not being able to get a mover, well, they're all open 24 hours, 7 days a week. Remember, all the movers are all affiliated. So if you want to call one extra guy, hopefully he doesn't employ RB, because I think he got fired from that years ago, but now they're all one, right? So remember, are you one in unity, or are you one too afraid of your life, or is anyone ever going to talk? Because again, if you need me to talk for you, I will. Because it was my childhood weakness telling me to shut up. I'm not shutting up. And I'm trying to free people the fuck up. So that hopefully is going out to the feds now as well, because I never did get to know in my apartment that I lived in for 8 years what the fuck was ever under that carpet. But they tried blaming it on my dog, which a pee pad's there, that it was just the wear and tear of the carpet. Why would that have triggered somebody so bad where at that particular spot, the pee pad, right where the thing was, why would somebody get so triggered where they had to leave my apartment in a rage and do a turnaround on me? When you have the eyes to see, then you know how to handle all of them. You don't play their game, but I knew he's a rat. Calling the cops. They raised my voice in the apartment to make me feel in fear and inferior to a man, which I don't. And I'll tell you right now, I bet you I have had more beatdowns than any of those men in the ha 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 club and the fucking Masons. So what are you boys gonna do today, man? What are you going to do? What are you going to do today? What are your Jezebel little bitches that you got doing little slutty things now for you going to do today? Do they maybe know that you're actually on the down low gay for pay too? Is that what this is about? All the clout? Or what else is really going on? What is the bigger picture? Because I'm safe. I am safe. And no one can ever shut me the fuck up. And I think all of you ha-ha-ha's and the Masons are running out of your goddamn fucking luck. Because you know where your luck came from? Other people's energy, all the good vitality, essence, and the very, very powerful people that are not afraid of you. So again, when we don't live in fear, like the government wanted us, putting air pollutants in the air and dumbing us down while we're sleeping and getting people to try to scare me all day long, the worst part is that I don't care about it on me anymore. The message I'm trying to get out there for the rest of the world, in my city particularly, London, Ontario, is the fact that whatever they are using me for is criminal. And it's a criminal engagement with whomever I'm talking to. It's a breach of privacy for the other person too. When I'm having a conversation saying like, oh, hi, your hair looks good. What's your name? Or whatever I'm talking about. Now they're using me to know stuff, much like R.B. when he dropped me off to get my nano extensions years ago, saying, oh, Lynn, does she live, do you know if she, oh, Lynn, oh, does she live alone? She's pretty. Does she live alone? And right away, even being drunk and on this, I knew to say, oh no, her husband lives with her. Just like they would. But again, I'm not a liar. I'm a a safe woman that will protect anybody when I know that this is going on. And again, I hope where you are in the city, you are not afraid today to speak up and you start noticing things, because these people are weak as fuck. And if you got to sit there fucking dominating over women and men, and the whole city's yours, and again, gluttony, right? So again, those empty Fari buildings right now, what are they doing? What are they waiting for? So there's more going on there, and that's what I'm getting to the bottom of. 1313. And again, when you got those kind of people, you don't want to hang out with them. They're not cool. They're like, it's like if you move to another country and they're 20 years behind you, that's what those people are. And again, somebody told me that about Scotia. They live there, and somewhere in Nova Scotia, I won't say where, and she lives out there, and she said they're about 20 years behind London, Ontario here. And I thought, no, that's not for me then, because I have a higher consciousness. But our city seems like it's really behind the times too, because again, slavery, misogyny, narcissism, psychopathy, no one going to jail except the empaths. It seems like this is the turnaround, because everybody's dumbed down, right? And these guys have been cloaking everybody and talking about the good people that don't talk about people. So I do want to say, if there's anyone out there that thinks that's a good person, that I would have love for you, keep in mind, I never said anything bad about you, and I never would. And once you know who you fucking are. And I'll repeat again, those are the people that are already healing, somebody that stands for something. And obviously the empaths that are all dumbed down and cloaked in narcissist energy. If you know you're a good person deep down inside, then you know that I have love for you. But I do want to say that if this has been going on for years, and if we ever had something, keep in mind, when you're in that low vibration, that if that voice just called devil's doing it to you, they're going to say, see, look at, she knows that about you. See, she knows that about you. And that's very much what these people are doing. I guarantee it. Who knows when my landlord walked over to that floor, if somebody said, see, she knows. And then he couldn't say something because of a bigger man above him. But that's nothing to do with me. I shouldn't be involved in any of this kind of stuff. And I definitely don't want to be used because I've been used for 49 years. Kicked to the curb, treated worse than somebody's poo on a shoe. A piece of shit, turned that the fuck around. I've been slammed against walls. I've had food thrown at me. I've been told, oh, it's Lynn. Look at Lynn. Look at her nose. Ha ha ha. Oh, you're a wee bit chubby there. Where I didn't get my license when I was 16. These are the kind of things that hold up for you. Would you like a gym membership, Lynn, at 16, or would you like your driver's license? When I was called fat all the time, what do you think the young innocent girl's gonna pick? When I was fat, but I didn't need to be called it by my karmic family. I picked Gold's Gym on Berkshire Drive here in town. Okay? That's what scarring does to people, man. And if you people don't start waking the fuck up and you keep fucking pleading your ignorance, your ego, your false self, you won't even take a dive today into a meeting. All you'll be diving into is anything to keep you going. And what was the point of the Masons, man? 1609. Thank you. The best number I've ever seen in my fucking life. Again, knowing that I am divinely guided, knowing a divine union's coming into play, and knowing that there isn't just me by myself, knowing that there's other people in the city waking up. And I am a freedom fighter, and I will keep pushing through fear because misogyny, narcissism, sociopathy, psychopathy, and fucking predators, and people thinking that they're gonna, like, I'm gonna be watched the whole time, watching me. We've been watching you since you were a kid. So anyone I ever had an intimate encounter with, that was watched. Never mind all my emails, all my Facebook, everything gone. And these people own that now. So I'm going to put out there that I hope the women that are involved with these men are feeling safe, because if I was you, I wouldn't be. And I would look a little bit harder into, instead of doing more coke today and drinking today, if you're fearful, please start tuning into the meditations I'm putting in, because it will help you. I hope you can get away from these people. But if you're now these kind of people, they've turned you into that sicko too, and you're a woman, you're disgusting. Because you should have put a stop to it already and went to the police. And again, I won't say it if you're in fear. I can understand if you're in fear, but if you've let it get this out of hand, because I'll tell you right now, 8 to 10 years ago when I lived on Foster Ave, this was still going on. So that means the whole city. And again, my back's getting harder and harder, right up my back. And I'll take it all day. Come at me, man. Come at me. Oh yeah, I forgot a lot of the guys don't want that though, do they? But they're married. And they got those women thinking that they're into too, but they're really I'll tell you right now, motherfuckers, when you speak your truth, it's going to make you feel a little bit easier inside, you know, a little bit lighter. And when you have forgiveness for yourself, it's going to make you feel like a freedom fighter. But when you're a dirtbag piece of shit scum, and I know I'm untouchable, I'm going to keep fucking expressing my messages, and you guys can dominate the fuck all over me, man. But you know what? Bullies are fucking cowards, and I am a bully exposer, so you're welcome. Everybody that I just named, as I sit here shaking, remember, I will expose every piece of shit scumbag in this city. What you gonna do? What you gonna fucking do? You guys like that though, right? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna play your game, but I'm gonna keep spreading the word to free people. But I refuse to play a game with fucking pricks. Because that's all you are, but you're worse than pricks. You're egotistical little kids. I need this, I want this, and you just sit there all day whining. Who wants to listen to a fucking whiner, man? Drinking wine too. Oh, my life is so hard. Who do I look like? Everybody knows in town. Because you know what? Go look in the mirror, because you know the fuck who I just reenacted. And it was every fucking single one of you. The men and the women are the fucking same. And once you see somebody do that turnaround on you, and they've done it to you for 49 years, there's no way that I would ever drink again or do coke again. Very much like when the dickhead threw me in jail for drinking the last beer because he woke up. I was merrily drinking the beer by myself. He was sleeping. What gives him the right to wake the fuck up and kick the shit out of me and be mad? Well, because you're an alcoholic. It means go to a meeting today, motherfucker. I did. I never drank again once you framed me and put me in jail. But we all know who you know too, right, buddy? Namaste. This video is going up and the Masons are going down. Namaste. Lundump on terrible. I'm going to keep speaking, and I'm going to keep speaking all the way to the bank, because you know what? I am a billionaire, and I am getting my spiritual inheritance. And all the money that you guys stole from people will be going back to all the good people, and you won't be using me as a vessel now as in your little criminal ring, because you knew I had good in me, and you tried to destroy me. But you know what? You didn't, because you're exposed. Bullies are always exposed in the Great Awakening, because you're fake as fuck, and you're out of luck. Namaste. I won't call you brothers and sisters because you're no fucking friends of mine. 2020 on the fucking, on the clock. I bet you a lot of you will go sit there and watch 2020 tonight, won't you? Maybe you'll start seeing yourself on there.